Right, so why don't we move into the fantasy femtosecond?
Yeah.
Shout out to our top scorer of the week, the individual week, Keen FC, a Miami fan. Big ups. How many points did you finish with?
96.
96. All right. And then at the end of 2 weeks, top of the league, MLS Fantasy Stats, a Loons fan, and I believe somebody who Adam knows relatively well, yeah?
Yeah, we've spoken on Twitter for probably the past year, back and forth. His name's Ryan Anderson.
Big moves. Big moves. We'll have to give him a personal shout out on Twitter
Yeah.
for being top of the league after 2 weeks. But why don't we go ahead and review fantasy must haves and sleepers, starting with the must
Well,
haves.
hold on. How did your team do this week, Andrew?
Let's move on to fantasy must haves.
Okay.
I finished in third out of three, but I also predicted the most games right. And if we're going to talk about things, we're talking about them both ways. I didn't have a good week. Allow me, all right?
So who's in
Um,
first
You
of the
didn't
three of
allow
us?
me last week.
Yeah, who's in first of the three of us?
Who cares?
No, that's not how this works.
Adam is topping our league, between the three of us. Adam, how many points you finished with this week?
83
Oh man, casual.
with captaining Pavone because I can't
Oh.
can't pick a captain to save my life. Him
Yeah,
this
no, you
week and
can't.
Joseph last
Um,
week. That's great.
Complete side note: I go on to MLS.com and America's beating Atlanta 2-0 right now
Sweet.
in the 20
Surprise.
something, in like the 25th minute.
Love it.
They get murdered. Do you hate to see it? I don't know.
Not if you're SKC.
True.
Big facts. I finished with 71 points, which wasn't terrible. Put me in 45th overall, so I'm bang average, man. I am 45th overall. I was 37th or 45th overall in points, 37th overall in the league. So, if you're looking for somebody who's bang average at everything he does, what's up?
That's for
Connor,
you,
where'd you
ladies.
finish?
I had 83 points this week. So for the week, I finished where Adam finished. And I think I'm at 60th in the league after 2 weeks.
And then
I'm
Jason,
only
where are
10
you
points
finishing?
behind you.
All right, a review of last week's fantasy must-haves and sleepers, starting with our must-haves. Diego Valeri, 8 points. Good job, Connor. You finally hit one. Alan
I think it's
Polito,
one of two.
it's one of three.
Oh, you're counting the
Yeah, I'm
sleepers
counting
too?
both of them.
All right, well then I'm still 50%.
Bang average, baby. You and me. Alan Polito, 11 points. Pete Martinez, 11 points. This is the funny part because even though Connor hit, he's still the worst out of all of us.
Why don't you just get to the sleepers?
Um,
Talk about the worst of us.
how about you tell your replacement striker to not be terrible, and I will. Fantasy sleepers. Gotti Kinda, 10 points. Eunice Nomley, 8 points. Adam Yan, 2 points. I'm the only one who didn't hit this week. We get it. This is what I get for putting faith in Atlanta players.
You just put faith in the wrong Atlanta players.
I
Yeah.
did because I had PT and I took him out. Or not in PT. I had Barco and I took him out, which was a poor decision on my part. But week 3 is a new week, and we have new must-haves for you and new sleepers for you. Adam, who's your must-have player this week?
Luis Amarilla
Ah, I
at
like
home
that.
at home against the Red Bulls team that contains Segrist and Tim Parker, who are awful.
God, Tim Parker is literally one of my least favorite players right now.
What's going on with Aaron Long? How long is he out for?
Literally no idea.
Okay,
They
cool.
said it was a knock in preseason, and I have not seen his face all year. He
Okay.
might be sold already, and they just haven't told us.
That's fair, probably.
Connor, must have.
Well, it took 3 weeks, but we are finally at the moment where you must have the golden boot boy, Gyasi Zardes.
Oh,
God.
goodness.
Must
Oh,
have him.
Lord.
Goodness. Why? Give me a pitch.
They're playing RSL. They're home. This is RSL's first real test, and I have no faith in their back line to stop them from scoring.
I
Yeah.
agree. But here's why I'm going to say you stay away from him and you go double Seattle this week. Jordan Morris against Houston's dumpster fire of a back line. They conceded 4 goals and probably should have been more. Morris can blow by any defender, create some chances. He's going to go off with either goals or assist to Raul Ruidiaz. Maybe have them both, but definitely have Morris. How about some sleeper picks? Adam.
I said either Jakub Glesnes or Jamie Montero from Philly. I mean, we've spoke at length about how bad San Jose is.
Yep.
I think if I had to pick one, it'd be Montero. Brennan Aronson is, I mean, at the time of recording this, away with the U20 national team. So I think he's the one that slots in as the number 10. I think they're home. Yeah, they're home against San Jose. So that should be good.
That's a really good shout, actually. I like that. Connor.
My sleeper pick is Johnny Russell, and I'm going with that mainly because, I mean, we kind of mentioned it for a second before, but Atlanta 2-0 down already to Club America. And I think Johnny Russell is going to go up against either Wyke or Campbell, and I think he can have a field day with them. And
Interruption,
I
3-0.
think, oh, there you go, 3-0 makes my case even more.
Jesus,
But yeah, I think the defense has been lucky the first couple of weeks playing inferior teams, and I think they're about to get big time exposed.
Also, a side note, they're playing 5 in the back and they're down 3-0.
Yeah, well, I don't think anybody outside of Meza in that back line can defend really well.
Just wait for the home leg. They'll be fine.
Yeah. My sleeper is interesting. I'm saying Andrasic away at NYC. Now, this is weird because we all know anybody who goes to Yankee Stadium and sings "Take Me Out to the Ball Game" has a little bit of trouble. However, New York City's back line, bad. Tiny field, lots of chances. Andrasic's a little bit of a poacher. Might get a ton of chances up there. That's why I say you throw him on your bench, you get a cheeky switcheroo. Sleeper pick Andrasic. Just a note for people. No LAFC and no... Who's the second team that's not playing? Montreal.
Montreal, yeah.
Yeah, so stick away from the inevitable players that you would take, which would fall under Carlos Vela, Diego Rossi, and of course Maxi Urruti, who cannot stop scoring. Oh, I can't believe that team is going to be decent this year.
They'll fall off. Don't
Still
worry.
early.
Yeah.
They better.